Austin's legendary Schultz Garden, founded in 1866, is said to be the oldest continuously operating business in the city. 13 years after its founding, a group of young Germans founded a singing club. And in 1908, the club bought the Schultz property and built its own headquarters right next door. New at 5, KXAN's Jim Swift tells us the permanent home helped the club survive war and politics for 134 years. But Saengerrunde Hall is now in a scramble for new blood.
Schultz Garden sits in the 1600 block of San Jacinto Street, downtown. Adjoining it on the right is Saengerrunde Hall, which wraps around the Schultz building, forming a beer garden that has been home to generations of Texas German families.
I grew up playing out here in the garden many years ago when these elm trees that are here right now that have lived their life expectancy almost. They were about 6 or 7 feet high at that time and were all staked up, because they were new trees.
Over the decades, beer, boisterous singing, and bowling at Saengerrunde combined to create something German speakers understand, but can barely translate into English.
We have something that we Germans refer to as Gemütlichkeit.
The Gemütlichkeit.
Gemütlichkeit.
It's just a warm, friendly feeling among colleagues and comrades.
Having a good time at peace with yourself and your neighbor.
It's like a small community of like-minded people.
Like-minded. That, too, has a tricky definition at Saengerrunde.
A lot of times, everybody's opinion lines up, but it's amazing. You get into a room full of Germans, and there are a lot of opinions, and a lot of people that don't want to budge on their opinion.
Take the matter of women, for example. There is a ladies' auxiliary here, and men and women sometimes do sing together. But since the 1879 founding of Saengerrunde, only the male singers have been allowed to vote on club business.
Now, it was a family group, but it was always by the father of the family. And so that's kind of ingrained.
A few years back, then club president Dr. Ray Martins tried to change that, but his idea was voted down.
We had enough members who were traditional enough to say we've never done it that way and we're not going to do it that way now.
I believe it will happen, but right now, it wouldn't be the time.
But with an aging membership, Saengerrunde is actively seeking new and younger recruits, men and women. To that end, members are sprucing the place up, welcoming non-German speakers, and planning a spring music and dance festival open to the entire community. It's called Mayfest, and it will be a perfect time to check out something called Gemütlichkeit. Jim Swift, KXAN News.
The Mayfest celebration kicks off at 2 o'clock Saturday afternoon with beer tastings and live music. The dance begins at 6 o'clock at Saengerrunde Hall.